Hello everyone, very welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelica, and yeah, on this channel is all about makeup and having a good time. So if you like that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell. I upload Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays here on my channel. And today I am going to rank all of my eyeshadow palettes I bought in 2020, and that's a lot, guys. I'm gonna include things I got in advent calendar and try beauty box, but I'm not gonna include like gifts or like free palettes I got if I bought for a certain amount of money, maybe on Revolution website, because then you get sometimes some palettes for free. I'm not going to include that. So I ended up having 74 palettes this year. 74 eyeshadow palettes. That's crazy, guys. That's totally crazy. I think I need to do a declutter video again. I have one already up, but I really need to look at these palettes and see what I'm going to keep. Anyways, guys, I have ranked these palettes, and this was hard. I did it like category. I did a category that is not good, and I also have a category that is okay. I have a category that is good, and I have a category, let's see here, that is excellent. And yeah, so I'm gonna start from the bottom. This is going to be probably a long video. I never say this, but you probably want to get a snack or something. I don't know. A snack or something to drink, or I don't know, because I think we're going to be here a long time. Hopefully not, but you never know. So let's start. Let's start with the worst palettes. So this is in the category not good, guys. And at number 74 this year, or last year 2020, is the Revolution Pro So Jaded palette. Or yeah, this is beautiful, this packaging though. This is a quad. I have depotted these shades, so I will put up a picture here how it looks. I have talked about this so much. This was a fail, you guys. I mean, this is a bad palette. It's nothing good with it. I think the green matte performs good, but I mean, the shimmer performs really bad. It's very dry. It looks really like snake skin on my lids. It's just horrible. I don't like this at all. Yeah, that's just wraps it up all together. By the way, I have filmed this look. It's already up on my channel, I believe. So if you want to check that out, I will leave it up in the card as well, just if you want to know. And let's see here, number 73. Then we have this Beauty Bay pastel palette. I bought this from Beauty Bay website, of course, because this is the Beauty Bay palette, but this is how it looks. It looks so pretty, but these are not good pastels, you guys. These blends away like there's no pigment in this. I don't like it. I don't think it performs good, and there are better palettes out there when it comes to pastels. This is not it. 72. We have a I Heart Revolution palette, and this is I think the glazed donut raspberry jing palette. This is how it looks. It looks like this soft squeezy packaging, and when you open it up, you have 5 shades here. All these shades are not, I mean, these mattes are horrible. These are not good, not pigmented at all. But this one is very pretty, actually. That's why I have kept this palette, because this is a beautiful shade, and I think I'm going to keep it for this shade, because this is a small palette that I can have in my collection, and it's super cute. But it's just for that shade I am keeping this. 71, we also have an I Heart Revolution palette. This is the Heartbreakers palette in the shade Cherish, and this came in a gift box, and I don't know, I got this one and another one. This is the peachy one. The thing is, the mattes perform okay, and I mean, they're pretty good, but the shimmers in this one, it's horrible. They are so dry, they are so like flaky. I don't know what happened here. You can't work with this, so this is definitely a fail to me, as like a fail palette. So yeah, just gonna say that. So at number 70, I have this one, Iconic London Day to Slay palette. This is not good. I don't know what happened here. I'm going to use it more though. When I'm doing this ranking, I have a lot of palettes that I haven't used like properly. So I mean, I'm just gonna say that maybe when I use it more, I can come back and tell you guys that I changed my mind a little bit. But I have used this more than once, but they are like, there's kind of no pigment in this one. And the shimmers, they are like very dry. They are not like buttery smooth blinding. They are just like nothing special. And this palette is actually very expensive. I got it in advent calendar, so I didn't buy it myself, but it looks so pretty, but I don't know. I don't like it, and I don't think it's worth the money. So no, I'm gonna use it more though, but I don't think I will change my mind about this. And now we are in the category okay. So these are palettes that is okay. So number 69, it's this one. This is the Essence Follow Your Heart eyeshadow palette. This is how it looks. I also got this in an advent calendar. This is a pretty neutral palette. It is pretty and it's pigmented. The mattes perform really good. The only thing here that I feel like this palette is just okay is this shimmer. This is the only shimmer you have here, like a really dark brown shimmer. Who wants that in this kind of palette? I mean, you have a dark here, but if you want to do a look with this in your crease, do you want to put this one on your lid? I don't know. I don't understand how they were thinking when they did this palette. And then you have a lot of mid-tone shades here, like a lot of light shades as well. So I just think it would be better just to pop one of these out and put in two other shimmers, one really light and one like a regular medium shimmer. So that's why it's at this place. And now we are at 68, and I'm gonna give it to this one. This is Eye Art Revolution Heartbreakers in Love. So this is the other one you got in this gift set, but this one actually performs pretty good. I mean, it's okay. As I said, this is category okay, and I love this shade. This is so stunning, you guys. I mean, this raspberry shade here, and the mattes perform really good, and the shimmers actually performs good. I mean, they're not super blinding. They're just like regular shimmers, nothing special at all, but they don't perform like the other one does, so that's why it's at this place. Now we are at 67, and it's going to be this one. This is the Maybelline Nudes of New York palette. This is a neutral palette. I've heard people talk about this and rave about this, and this is supposed to be like a dupe for the nudes palette from Too Faced, and I can just say I was quite disappointed of this. I mean, this is an okay palette, don't get me wrong, but I had so high expectations and it was not like I was blown away. I mean, the mattes perform okay, the shimmers are not that blinding, to be totally honest. So I don't know what the hype is about this palette because I couldn't see it, and as I said, it's an okay palette, but nothing else. Number 66. So we have this Elly Splash eyeshadow palette. It just says that. Look at this packaging, super cute. I got it in not Try Beauty box, glossy box. So yeah, I have this is crushed or smashed, or what do you say? Like it's broken, this shade, but hopefully you can see the color story. It is a lot of gold and copper shades and some neutrals here, and I just think this is an okay palette. I mean, it's nothing that blows me away, and it is not an interesting color story. I really like the gold, the gold that is broken in this one, but yeah, I just feel like it is an okay palette and nothing wrong, but nothing special at all either. Number 65, it is a Revolution palette. This is the Revolution Reloaded Division eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. This is supposed to be like a dupe for the Anastasia Subculture palette, so I really wanted that, but I bought this one, and I can just say the mattes perform really good actually. I've used the mattes in this palette more than the shimmers because the shimmers are a little bit like hard pan and not that, it's dry, and I don't know, that's why it makes this palette a little, you know, from it could be good, but it's just okay. Number 64, it is a Revolution palette again. Oh my god, I have a lot of these. It's the I Heart Revolution, let me see here, Turkish Delight. This is their mini chocolate palettes. This is how it looks. This color story is actually really cute. I don't know about the I Heart Revolution formula. It's not my favorite. And this one I haven't reached for that much. So I am going to also, when I rank these, when I have ranked these, it's also how much I reach for them, because some of these are like the same quality, but maybe I like the color story more and maybe I reach for another palette more. So just because this, I don't reach for this that often, to be totally honest. This though is a very pretty shade, but yeah, that's why it is okay. Number 63, we also have a I Heart Revolution. This is the Mini Tasty Avocado palette. This packaging is just so cute. And I have videos on a lot of these palettes, so I cannot link everybody, like everyone, but I will link a few. And this is how it looks. These are amazing, these shimmery shades, like very blinding, sparkly and glittery. The mattes though, I don't know, it's not my favorite, but so that's why it's okay, because I feel like the mattes don't perform as good as the shimmers. At number 62, I have another I Heart Revolution palette. And this is the I Heart Revolution Extra Tasty Watermelon palette. So this is how it looks, and I'm gonna give you a look inside. The color story is really up my alley, but it's the quality again. I mean, it's not like my favorite formula when it comes to these palettes, so I don't know, I need to stop buying these because it's not my favorite ones, but I really like the color story though. Number 61, this is also I Heart Revolution Tasty Peach, the Mini Tasty Peach, and this is more like, I like this more because this is smaller. I love pinks, and these pinks, as I said in the other one, the avocado, these like shimmer shades are amazing. They are like super sparkly and beautiful. The mattes, not that good. I mean, you don't have like a deepening shade here as well, so that's also bring down this one to this place. At number 60, this is the Pixie Heart Defensor eyeshadow palette. This is how it looks. I have discovered Pixie this year and I have loved a lot of things. This eyeshadow palette though, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. It is okay. I mean, the mattes perform good. It's nothing special with this. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, the shimmers has a really nice color to it, but the formula, it's nothing spectacular about this, but it is cute and I have used it in my day-to-day life. Let's see here, in my day-to-day life, and yeah, but it is okay. It is okay. Number 59, and this is the last palette I have in this okay category, and this is the Alma palette from Amy Heart's Beauty. They did a collaboration with Amy Loves Makeup. Amy Heart's Beauty is a brand that I no longer support. They are shitty. They were not nice to Amy, and I really love Amy. Amy Loves Makeup. She did a collaboration with this brand, but this is the palette. It's super gorgeous. That's it's super gorgeous, and the color story, she did amazing job with the color story. She did a great job. I mean, this shade is just amazing, and a lot of these are amazing. I really want to play with it now when I look at it, but the brand, I don't support the brand, and it is a little bit iffy with the formula here, because this shade, it's very dry. It came like dry. There's no pigment, guys. It is dry and it's hard pan and it's weird. And they pressed it really, really weird in the pan as well. It doesn't look good. So yeah, just because of that, it is an okay palette, but I really love the color story and I really love Amy as well. Now we are in the category good. So this is good palettes. Number 58. Now it is, I'm gonna take this one. This is the Catrice 5 in a Box mini eyeshadow palette. This is a very affordable eyeshadow, and this looks like this has the same vibe as the mini palettes from Natasha Denona. These are so good, you guys. I mean, you have 3 mattes, 2 shimmers. You have one really dark matte, you have a mid-tone matte, and you have a light matte, and then a light shimmer and a dark shimmer. That's all you need in a 5-pan palette. I mean, these are so affordable and really good quality. The shimmers perform so good, and the mattes as well. And did I say this is a warm spice look? And at number 57, I'm gonna pick this. So this is the same formula. So basically I choose this one for number, let's see, 57 is because I slightly like the color story more here, because this is more like cool tone. I'm into cool tone now. This is just me personally, like this color story a little bit better. Both of them perform equally. So I really like this shimmer shade here. So this is in the shade Soft Rose Look, by the way. And I just think it's so cute palette. You can have it when you go traveling. If we're going to do that, probably we will. But or maybe you just I don't know, have it in your purse or something if you want to touch up during the day. It's perfect with these small mini palettes. Number 56. So I have a big palette here. So this is, let me see here, La Rock Pro, the bakery box. I got this in a Try Beauty box, and I really like this palette. This is a good palette, you guys. This is good quality, like shadows, and it's this warm tone. You have a lot of similar shades here. I think we could like take half of it off, because you have some shades that is very similar to each other, but you have some browns, some red, some oranges. I mean, and you have 2 shades here that is highlighters, and these like marble shimmers here are stunning. I really like this palette. It is a good palette, but if you don't like big palettes, maybe this is not for you, but I just think it performs so good. Number 55. This is a palette I am going to give to my friend, and I'm gonna get a palette from her. But this is the Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette. I have talked about this. I mean, I am a little disappointed of this, but this is in the good category, and that is just because it is good. I mean, it has the good quality, and the shimmers perform good, and I don't know, I just hate this color, and I just think that this is the wrong color story for me, so I'm not gonna use it. So I just felt like I want to like swap it with someone, so I have my friend that I'm going to do that with. And I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but I am just like, for the price I was a little disappointed. But this is a good palette, so if you like the color story, you probably like it. So that's why it is at this place, and it is a good palette, but not my favorite though. Number 54. So this is the Technique, let me see here, invite only palette, and look at this. This is a really good palette. It is very affordable, but look at this color story. The only thing about this palette is I miss like I want to have like a really deep dark matte, but I don't have that in this one because this is not deep enough and this is not deep enough. But look at these shades here. These are crazy. These are also these marble shimmer shades, and you have 2 glitters here. I don't use that, but these perform so good, and it's a very, very pretty palette, this berry shades here. And yeah, I just think this is a really good palette actually. Next up we have a Too Faced palette, and this is from the Tutti Frutti collection. This is Sparkle Pineapple eyeshadow palette. It smells so good, and the packaging is to die for. This is more like a neutral palette. You have some browns, you have a gold, you have these shimmer shades here, and these are kind of like some of these shimmer shades are kind of like a Super Shock shadow, so they are a little more creamier, and I really like that. I think this is a very cute palette, nothing wrong with it. It's just like a little boring color story, but it is very, very pretty. 54, we have the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. I actually ranked this pretty low when I did a ranking, but now I feel like it is a little more high up because I have used this a little bit more, and I think it performs really good, and I really love the tones in this, like this plummy berry reds, and it's very pretty actually. The thing is, I usually use this in my crease, and maybe I pop in another shimmer, or I take one of these shimmers, but then you get a really monochromatic look. But it is a very pretty palette. I'm actually happy I have it now because I was thinking like, I'm not decluttering, but I thought it was an unnecessary purchase, but now I actually really like it. You can always change your mind. 51, it's this palette. Now I do remember I said that I'm not going to include palettes I have received like a gift, but I think, was it a gift or did we swap something? I don't know. My friend Malin gave me this anyway, and I'm gonna include this. This is the BH Cosmetics Aurora Lights, and here you have like baked shadows, so you don't have any mattes in this one. That's why it is on the like good category and not higher up, but it is quite high up, I would say, anyway. But these are super nice. I mean, these are baked shadows. You have 3 formulas here. I think this is topper shades. This is more like shimmery shades, and this is more not that sparkly, I believe, but it is a very cute palette. I just got this when I had so many palettes, so I haven't had the time to try it out properly, but I have tried a few of these shadows and they perform so good and so sparkly and beautiful. Number 50. This is a palette I haven't used that much, so that's why it's at this place. This is the ColourPop So Jaded. This is the Kathleen Lights collab with ColourPop, one of the collabs. This is a very big palette, but you have everything here. Not everything, because I missed something here, like for instance a light green, maybe a light blue, I don't know, but anyways, this is a color story and you have a lot of options here, so I like that about this palette. But as with this one, with the other one as well, I got so many palettes during this time I got this one, so it actually just, I forgot a little bit about it, and yeah, I really need to play with this more. I have played with it from time to time because it has some interesting shades. This is beautiful. This green, lime green gold shade here, super cute. I really like that, and yeah, it's a good palette. It's a ColourPop palette. Number 49, it's also a ColourPop palette. This is the Mint to Be. If you don't like mint, this is not the palette for you, but look at this. This is so cute. I have had so much fun with this. This is actually a really nice palette, a monochromatic palette. First, I didn't want to get it because I thought, I don't need this palette, and of course maybe I don't need it, but it is very fun because you have these like minty shimmers and minty greens, and I really love mint, so you can also have this as a pop of mint and don't do like an all mint look. So I really have been enjoying this. Number 48. This is the Nomad Lake Como palette. I got this in a Try Beauty box, and this is how it looks. This is super cute. I am not all into blues. I mean, I love blues, but on me, I feel like when I have too much blue, my skin turns red, or it is red, but it looks more red, if you know what I mean. But this one I really like. You have this deep dark blue here, you have some greens, you have some yellow. It's just like a more toned down like green and blue palette that I really like, and yeah, it performs really good. I think it's a very cute palette. Number 47, guys. So many palettes. Now we have the Suva Beauty The Rose Period. I got this in a Try Beauty box as well, and look at this. Oh, this is up my alley when it comes to color story, like berries, purple and pink shades, and some reds. I mean, come on, this is super cute and it performs really good. If you like this kind of color story, I can definitely recommend this palette because it is a beautiful palette. I really like this one. Number 46. I'm gonna take this She Glam Beach Sunset palette. I can just say the Suva Beauty, when it comes to the mattes, the Suva Beauty has better quality than this, but the shimmers here are crazy. This is a very cheap brand. That's why I want to rank it a little bit higher, because you don't expect it to be that good for the money. I don't know exactly how much this was, but it was not that much. I have videos on this as well, and this is just a very cute color story as well. It is like a dupe for a Huda Beauty palette, so I can't give them like credit for the color story because it is another color story. But it performs really nice. And I mean, to be this cheap, I think it's a really nice quality actually. And at number 45 is another Shiglan palette. This is the Breeze palette, and why this is a little bit higher than the other one is basically the color story. I mean, it's the same quality and you just have some more pops of colors in this, and this shade is like unbelievable. It's so pretty. So this is a good palette, guys. Number 44 is a Beauty Bay palette, and this is Me, Myself, and Mama Mitchell palette. So this is basically like like a book you open, and you have a mirror here that you can remove. And here is the palette. I have the plastic here, so I hope you can see. I don't want to take this off because it's very messy, but you have like a warm side here and a little more cool tone side here, and you have some shimmers and mattes. The shimmers, I'm not that big of a fan of these shimmers, this creamy formula. This one I like though, because this is more sparkly, and I'm going to talk more about this formula in two other palettes from Beauty Bay. But in this specific palette, I am not a big fan of the shimmers, but the mattes perform really good. And as I said, you have two sides here. You have a lot of shades to choose from, and light and dark mattes, so that's pretty good. So 43 then, it's the Mayali Beauty Yaya palette. The owner of Mayali Beauty is the owner of Blush Tribe. Blush Tribe doesn't exist anymore, but she like rebranded or something, so now she has this Mayali Beauty brand, and this is how this one looks. I think this was a limited edition, but I think she still has it on her website. This is like a fall palette for me, and I really like this color story with the pops of greens, some oranges, some browns, I mean some neutrals. I think this is really pretty, and it's a good quality as well. So yeah, it's a really pretty palette. Number 42 is a Nabla palette, and it's a cutie palette. It's this Wild Berry. This is how it looks. It's a 6-pan palette, and I think this is very cute. But the reason this is a little bit not like in the top, it's because the color story. I love berries, don't get me wrong, but I think this, when I do looks with this, it kind of looks like the same. It's very hard for me to get really like creative with this palette, not to look like the same eye look every time I use it. But I really like it, and I feel inspired right now with berries, so I think I'm gonna bring this out and use it when I go to work, because I think it's a very cute palette. 41 is a Nabla palette as well. This is a secret palette. This is not my favorite one. I mean, I really love the formula of Nabla, but yeah, I just need to use it more. But you have more options in this one, more than the berry one, because you have some berries here like pinks, and then you have these cool tone like blue and green shades here, and then you have your neutrals if you want to go with neutral look. So I just need to pull this out and play with it more, because it's nothing wrong with this palette at all. It's just like I haven't like got enough use of this as I should. So definitely in my shop, my stash, I'm gonna put it here, so I really remember to do that, because hey, I have so many palettes, as you can see. So let's move on to number 40. Number 40 is a Bushi palette, Bushi brand. It's the Natasha Denona Love palette. This, as I said, this is number 40, so it's not in the top, but I mean, it's a pretty palette. I like it. I don't know about Natasha Denona. The only palette I really are in love with is the gold palette. That one is so freaking good. So freaking good. When it comes to like these pinks and stuff, I have so many indie brands and brands that I have these kinds of colors, and then you start to compare. And when you compare, I mean, this shimmers, I have shimmers that blows my mind. Other shimmers in other palettes that is like better than these. So I mean, that's why when it's very expensive, you are a little more picky when it comes to like formulas and how it performs, because you want it to be the best when it has that price tag. But anyways, now I have rambled. I need to really do this fast because I have a lot of palettes. But this is the palette, and as I said, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just that I'm not reaching for it that often, but I want it in my collection and I need to pull it out. Maybe when Valentine's comes. I think it came out around Valentine's, so maybe this Valentine I will use it. Number 39, it is the Strawberry Dream from Lunar Beauty. This is very interesting packaging with this moonlight popping out from the packaging. And yeah, this is how it looks. It's a very pretty palette. I haven't used the bottom row that much, but I love this row and the shimmers. This performs so good and it's a fun color story. I don't know, just because I don't use these enough, I feel like I can't rank it higher, but it's a very good quality and it's a cute palette. Number 38, it's the Nomad Tokyo palette. This is what I have on today. I have done 2 looks. It's already up. I will leave it up in the card. So this is the Tokyo palette and I really love Nomad as a brand. I think the owner seems so sweet. And this is the palette. If you like pastels, this is your dream. These I feel like does the whole palette. Like this is like the best thing about this palette, these topper shades. These are multi-chrome topper shades. They are super sparkly, glittery, stunning. Oh my god, love them. And these are like pastels, as you can see. These are more shimmer, like a sheen to it, like satins. I really like that because it gives you a really beautiful like glow, not like a metallic or a shimmer does, but just like a glow, and it looks so pretty. And yeah, as you can see, a pastel palette, super cute packaging, love that. And now we are at number 37, and I have a I Heart Revolution palette. This is ranked pretty high because the other ones are in the bottom. This is really good, you guys. This is the Black Pearl, the mini chocolate palette. This is how it looks. This is good, guys. This is a cool tone palette. This silver is one of the best silver I have in my collection. I have another one from Nabla in the platinum palette. I will show you that, but this is a dupe for that one. And then you have these cool like taupey grayish colors and some dark, and this is like a grayish lavender. I think this performs so good as well. This formula is really unique because it is kind of like a cream to powder formula, but it blends super nice. I can really recommend this one if you're looking for a cool tone with a pop of bright silver. This one I can highly recommend to you guys because it's very affordable as well. Number 36, and this is the last palette in the category that is good palettes. And let me see here. This is the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. I couldn't place this as excellent, but just because it has some flaws. I think this shade is not good. This just disappears on me. But the other one, I think, I mean, the matte are a little bit hard to layer on each other and so on, but the color story, I know I said blue is not my thing, but these kind of like turquoisey blue they are so pretty, and with like combining with purple. That's so pretty. I love purples and I love the neutral like corner here, and also the blue actually. I mean, yeah, this is just an amazing palette, and I love this creamy formula in this palette, not in the Mama Mitchell palette. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's more glitter in this one. Maybe it's more dimension. I feel like these are better. I don't know if they did something with the formula or it's just more fun colors, like more sparkly shades. But yeah, this is good. This is good, but as I said, it's good. It's not excellent. But now we are at the category excellent. Like these are the best palettes, and now we are at number 35. So the bottom in this category is going to be the Max Up the Makeup Sweater Weather palette. This is so good, you guys. This is actually just the color story that I have to put here. I love the color story, don't get me wrong, but it is autumn palette. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. This is like red shades, browns, greens, gold. All I want in an autumn palette, and this is great quality, guys. So yeah, don't sleep on this brand. I don't know, they haven't come out with something recently. It was quite a long time ago they came out with a palette, but I really hope 2021 they come up with a new palette, because yeah, I think they are great. So number 34 is the Juvia's Place Nomad palette. I have recently done a tutorial with this one and I loved how the look came out. This is the color story. I love this palette so much. The reason why it's at this place is just because I don't like this shimmer. This is a dark shimmer again. I don't know what it is. I mean, if this would have been gold, this would be ranked so much higher, because I want to have like a gold shimmer or something like lighter than this, but a little bit darker than this. So yeah, but I just love the tones on this palette, and it's a great quality palette. Number 33 is the ColourPop California Love palette. This is a neutral palette in my taste. Oh my god, this is warm neutrals like browns, oranges, golds, and you have some Super Shock shadows. You have a glitter here, but I don't use that. I use my Pixie ones, as you know, and some bronzy, I don't know, like reddish, brownish, gold, yellowish leaning shades, and I love this. It's so flattering on my skin tone anyway, or when I do a neutral look, so definitely love this one. We are at number 32. Oh my god, I hope I say this right. Well, this is the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop palette in Bubblegum. Yeah, this is the blue palette. So this is how it looks. This is gorgeous, you guys. I have a few other monochromatic palettes from them, but they are ranked higher. This is the lowest, because this is blues. And once again, blue on me can turn my skin red, I feel like. So, but I love the tones in these. I mean, it's a blue dream, to be totally honest. It's beautiful. I love blue, don't get me wrong, but this shade is just stunning. Super pretty palette if you love blues. And now we are at number 31. And this is from a Swedish indie brand. It's Odens Eye, and this is Solmåne palette. Look at this packaging. I mean, look at this color story. This is so beautiful. This is like a neutral palette with like some interesting shades like Pop of Periwinkle. This is like a duochrome. It's so cool, and I just like their formula as well. So this is definitely a palette I like to grab when I go to work, just to have something neutral but also a pop of color and just make the look very interesting. If you pop this on your lid, it's stunning. Number 30. This is a ColourPop palette, and this is the Whatever palette. I think I bought this in the beginning of 2020, so I have had it for such a long time. I had to go through like all my haul videos because I needed to see what I bought this year. But I bought this one this year, and this is how it looks. It's like a red dream, like a burgundy red, pops of gold. You know, I love golds, and this is just a pretty palette. And as I said, you have different formulas here. You have a glitter though, but you have the Super Shock shadow, you have some shimmers, you have the mattes, and I have made some really cool looks with this, and I want to have it in my Shop My Stash. I realize that now, so I'm gonna put it in my Shop My Stash. Super beautiful, love that. And then we have at number 29, this is a Nabla palette, and this is the Dreamy palette. I have compared these to the Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's quite similar when it comes to color story, actually. You have this pinky rosy tones, you have some purples, and it's a little more toned down, but it's so pretty. These are also like shifting in different like shades, like they are not like straight golds or peach, they are like shifting in different shades as well, and I just think this is a very pretty palette. Number 28 is another Odens Eye palette. This is the Elva palette, and this is the Elva 1. There is a Elva 2, but I don't have it. This is how it looks. This is my kind of color story with this mauvey, rosy, purpley tones, and you have some dark mattes, you have some lighter mattes, you have a pop of yellow, and I love a pop of yellow, and all these shimmers. These shimmers are amazing because they have like small glitter specks, so they like shifts also a lot on the lid, and I just think they have a lot of dimension to it, and I love this layout. I love everything about like the packaging. They're doing an amazing job with that, I feel like. Number 27, it's another indie brand, and this is the first palette I've tried from them. This is the 50/50 Makeup, and this is the Autumn palette. So I bought this one. This is like a grungy dream. I think this is very cute. The quality is amazing, and you have all these like grungy beautiful shades in here that you can do very dramatic looks with, but you can also do more neutral looks if you want to pop some brown in your crease and put this one on your lid maybe. Yeah, just a very nice quality palette. I am very curious to see what they're going to bring out this year, 2021, because I am going to buy more from them if they come out with something that I like. And yeah, very, very cool palette actually. Number 26 is a ColourPop palette. This is the Flutter By palette, and this is so pretty. This was something that I wasn't sure I was going to get because I thought I have these like these shades, but then I bought it and I realized I love it. It's like a mauve, cool tone purpley palette, and I think it's so pretty. So definitely want to have this in this ranking, like quite high, because this shimmer here, like this this is Super Shock shadow, but these are so pretty on the eyes, and yeah, very flattering. Number 26, now we are getting there soon, guys. It's another Beige Cosmetics palette, and this is a Summer in Saint-Tropez. I really like this palette. These shimmers here are amazing. As you can see, this is more like a toned down, not neutral, it's colorful, but it's more toned down. But you have some neutral shade maybe you don't have, like this one is neutral, but all the others I feel like they have like color to it. Even these, like these shifts, like they are also like these duochrome shades, like shifts in different shades, and they are super foiled and beautiful, these shimmers. The only thing though, I don't like this shade. I don't get along with this shade, and this is the shade you probably want to deepen up a lot of these like shades with. You have this one as well, but this doesn't go with everything. But yeah, I feel like this is a really nice palette, and I have enjoyed it so much. Number 24, it is a Juvia's Place. This is the Juvia's Place Sweet Pinks palette. This is a monochromatic pink palette. Oh my god. I have a video ranking all my pink palettes, and this was of course in it. I think this is an amazing pink monochromatic palette. I think you have like three mattes here. You have more like a toned down pink, you have a fuchsia pink, like a very strong fuchsia dark, and then you have like a bright pink, and then you have this typical Barbie pink, I would say, and then this one shifts almost like in purple, very strong pink, and then you have this one that is also a little more toned down, like more, not mauve, but you can see it's a little more dirty pink. And all these six shades are amazing, and yeah, I really like this palette a lot. Number 23. It's the BH Cosmetics Trend in Tokyo. I have ranked a lot of eyeshadow palettes from time to time on my channel, and this I have just done a new ranking. So don't like think, but you put this one higher than this one. I mean, because it's going to change, and now I've used the palettes more, and I don't know, you change your like makeup, what you think, so I don't know, this is like a whole new ranking. So don't come for me if I have ranked some palettes differently this time. But anyways, this is the Trend in Tokyo. I think this is so freaking pretty. This is so freaking pretty. Now we're getting, I mean, now I'm starting to get tired. my language is like, okay, this is beautiful. If you like rainbow palettes, just take a look at this. But though, you have to be aware of these shimmers are not kind of like metallic shimmers, they are satins. You will see it's a sheen, but you will not get that foil effect, so just beware of that. But I think this is a beautiful palette. I love this wasabi shade. It's totally amazing, and these yellows here, and yeah, I gotta have it in my Shop My Stash. I feel it. I have a lot of palette in my Shop My Stash right now. 22 is actually a green and blue palette. This is from Ace Beauté and it's the Oceanic palette. I really need to rank this high because this is a great palette. If you are like afraid of greens or something, I feel like this is a perfect green palette for you because you have this dirty olivey, you have this more muted green, and this one and this one, they are not like super like this, they are not like that, but you can get it like this. I mean, you have this shade so you can get really green looks. And when it comes to the blue, it's almost like also a little more toned down blue, but also like bright pops of blue. So you can really go like a little more toned down look or a more like bright look. And I really like that because I don't like when it gets just too bright when it comes to this color scheme. But I really love the option of this, and I really think this performs so good. The shimmers are amazing and the mattes as well. So this is a good palette. Number 21 is an Anastasia palette. This is the Amrezy palette. Look at this packaging. Isn't this just so glamorous, like Barbie glamorous? And we take a look inside. This is how it looks. I think this is a perfect like neutral slash pops of color palette. I mean, you have a pop of blue, you have a pop of pink, and you have this Barbie color that I know a lot of people love. I mean, I really like this. I have used all the shades. I think not the glitter though, because you have two glitters here, like two pressed glitters. I don't like that. But other than that, I really am happy with how this performs. There goes the brush. I had the brush here. Oh my god, how do I do this? Yeah, I think you all seen it. And I have, do I have 3 looks or 2 looks? I definitely have 1 palette 2 looks on this one as well, if you want to get some inspiration. But yeah, it's a pretty palette. I used it when I got it. I used it and then I just forgot about it a little bit, and then I took it out again in my shop mustache, so I used it again. So that's what I do when I like use my palettes. I use them for a while, then I take them back, and then I use another one, and then I come back to the palettes again. And that's why I know I love them when I go back to the palettes again, because if you have like over 100 palettes, you know you can't use everyone all the time. So yeah, you just have to make your priorities. Number 20, it's another green palette actually. And why this is higher than the other one is just because this is, by the way, the Avocado Toast palette by BH Cosmetics. It's because it's a green and neutral palette. It's like 50-50. So you can definitely go green, you can go neutral, you can go a little more pinkish. I don't know, I just like that about palettes, that you have the option to do other things with colors. Like you don't need to go like 100% green. You can do like 50-50 in a look. I did that with it. I have a video up on this one. I love that. I think that is one of my favorite looks recently actually. So I'll try to leave it up in the card. Otherwise you can just search on my channel, I believe. But this is just amazing. I think this is a very beautiful and wearable green palette. Number 19, this is a palette I really love. This is from Juvia's Place, and this is the Nubian 3 Coral palette. I love this palette. I didn't think I would. When it came out, I thought it was so boring. So I don't even looked at it almost. I was like, no, that's boring. Then I bought it, and then I realized I really love this because I actually, I may focus, I don't know. Actually, I love burgundy reds like you have in some really yummy dark shades. You have this beautiful brown. And actually I love to use this one. I said before I don't like dark shimmery like shades, but this one with this one in a smoky eye, it's so freaking beautiful. And then these corally peaches that I love, and then I love this because I said to you also I have been more into cool tones. So these grays here and these silvers are amazing. I really like this palette. I am so inspired by it and I love it. At number 18, I have another BH Cosmetics palette. I have a lot of BH here because this year was the BH Cosmetic and Nabla year, I believe, for me. So this is the Mimosa palette from BH Cosmetics. This is how it looks. It's so beautiful. It has all the shades I love, like pinks, corals, yellow, oranges, a little bit like goldish. This is just beautiful. The only thing though, I would change, just put one of the mid-tone pinks out and put in a really dark red or something, like a really dark matte. But other than that, this is a pretty palette. Number 17. I don't know if this one, yeah, I don't know if these should like shift place or something, but I'm gonna keep it like this because they are like equally, I think. But this is the Makeup Obsession Elly Dreams. I was really impressed with this one. I like this color story so much. These greens and this pinks and a little purple, and the shimmers are beautiful and the mattes performs really good. I just think this is a really fun palette, so that's why I put it here. But I don't know, the Mimosa one is close to my heart, so maybe I ranked it wrong, but it's just like two places, like if they shift. But anyway, this is so good as well. I really like this palette. This is the only thing I have from, I think, no, I have some other palette from Makeup Obsessions, but this is the only one that looks like this. Like the other ones are older, but this one is really good. I can really recommend this palette. Number 16, I have another BH Cosmetics palette. This is the Zodiac Love Signs palette. This is quite big, but beautiful. It's so beautiful. This is how it looks. You have a highlighter here, but all of these shades here are mattes, and these are the baked shimmer formula, and it performs so damn good. Oh my god, these are just magical, and the mattes are really nice. I did a look a few days ago. I took this taupey color and just put this one, like deepen it up, and put this one on the lid. It was just beautiful, and I have been enjoying this so much. I think it's a phenomenal palette. Highly recommend it. Every palette here I recommend when it comes to excellent, this category. Number 15, this is Lethal Cosmetics After Dark palette, and this is how it looks. This is like a very colorful summery palette for me anyway. I love these kinds of colors, and I think they did a great job with picking out these colors, because you have like a dark matte here, you have some light mattes, and you have some little more dark shimmers. But I love the shimmers here. I love like pinks and purples, and yeah, you can see this is like a, it's almost like a pastel, but very bright at the same time. I don't know, and I just love their formula. So this is definitely a palette I really love, and you got stickers, so you can put the stickers wherever you want on the palette. So I just put mine like this. I thought that was a fun thing to do. Number 14, we have a Nabla palette, and this is the Cutie palette Platinum. This is the palette I talked about. This silver is you have a dupe for the silver in the Black Pearl from Art Revolution. This is a cool tone palette, and I love it. I am into cool tone, as I said. I love silver. I love this. I did a look yesterday, I think, with these. And a little bit of this. It's just so pretty. And this one I took, actually, it just looks so flattering, and I really love to use this. It's such a great palette and such a great formula. Number 13 is also a Nabla palette. This is the Dreamy 2. I really like this palette. I didn't think I would love it that much when I got it, but then I started using it, and then I just fell in love with this because this is so dark, and you get so cool looks with this palette. And this gold here, this like antique vintage gold, is the best gold I have in my collection. I love that shade. It's so beautiful, and this whole palette is very beautiful. I can really recommend you to get it if you are curious. Highly recommend this one. Number 12 is another Nabla palette. This is the Soul Blooming palette, and this is how it looks. This packaging though, beautiful. This is a more romantic palette for me, and I love romantic palettes, but a little more darker than the Dreamy palette. Not the Dreamy 2, the Dreamy palette. And you have like a dark matte here, this kind of brown I love. You have a dark shimmer as well, like a purple blue, periwinkle blue purpley shade, a lighter purple pink, and also like have different shifts in it. You have these peachy tones. This is just so pretty and so easy to grab when you're going to work. I really enjoy this palette. Number 11 is the OPV Spotlight palette. Love this. This is like a dark jewel tone palette that I just I'm so inspired when I open this up, and this is so stunning. All the mattes perform really nice and they are really, really pretty. I mean, you can see you have burgundies here, you have browns, you have black, you have orange here, and then all these beautiful shimmers. That is, you have some lighter shimmers, but you have these dark shimmers, and I really like that. When it comes to a palette like this, that you have a lot of dark mattes, you can absolutely pull in some dark shimmers. What I don't like is when you have like a mid-tone palette with mattes and pop in a dark shimmer. What are you going to do with that one? But this one, it totally makes sense, and I love this. It's a beautiful palette. Number 10. Oh my god, now we are at number 10. So 10 palettes left, guys. Are you with me? I don't know. This is the Ready Set Summer palette from Max Up the Makeup, and this is an indie brand. I have one palette, 2 looks on this. I think this is beautiful. This is my color scheme. I get so happy when I look at this. This is summer to me. I love like red, oranges, purpley shades. I love yellows. I love these. You can deepen up with this one. This is a beautiful palette. I really needed to have it like high up because it is stunning. I love it, and it's so small and slim. Number 9, guys. Oh my god, number 9. We have the LA Splash Classic Horror palette. I have talked about this. Oh my god, what I've talked about this palette. This is a grungy rainbow palette, all matte palette. Performs so good. I get so inspired. It's just beautiful. I have done so many fun looks with this one, and I didn't think I would. I was so happily surprised with this palette. You can't even imagine. I was blown away, actually. I mean, when I started to use it, I was like, what is this? This is so freaking good. I don't know if they have it anymore. I haven't found it, and that makes me so sad. I don't know if this was limited edition, but look at this packaging. It's so cool. Really love that. So I needed to have it in this ranking. Next up, we have the Kaleidos, the Escape Pod. This is a really nice palette. The packaging, I don't know, I'm not super happy with this bulky packaging, and you can hear it's just say squeezes, like not squeezes, like screech. Yeah, you can hear it. That's a little bit annoying, but anyways, this is how it looks. This is so beautiful. I love the Kaleidos formula. I've always done that. I have always loved that, so I knew I was going to love this, because and now you have a lot of colorful mattes, but also a little more like toned down neutrals, and then you have this beautiful glittery shimmery formula, and that's just beautiful. I love the greens, I love the purples. I really like this palette. They do an amazing job with their formulas. So yeah, I'm just happy to see what they're going to release this year. Number 7 is the Cake palette from Glamlight. This is a really bulky packaging, but I love this packaging, this cake. It's so freaking adorable. And this is the rainbow palette. You have a rainbow palette here with some mattes, some shimmers. I think every shade performs good. I think every shimmer performs good. I think it's a very pretty palette. It's a fun palette. If you want to grab something, if you want to do like a really colorful look, this is the palette I have actually digged into, because this one and another one I'm going to show you. But I have really been enjoying this one, and I think the quality is super nice. Number 6 is a BH Cosmetics palette, and it's the Cherry on the Top from the Sweet Shop palettes. Yeah, the collection. I think you can get it still. So this is the pink and red palette, and it's so pretty. I didn't know how to rank these, because I love all of these 3 I'm gonna show you. But yeah, this is the, as I said, pink and red palette. Really love that one. At number 5, I actually put the Pistachio from the same collection. This is the green one, and I love greens, and this green palette is more like you can go so many ways here. You can go a little more like, this one is more like a minty shade, emerald green, like a dark smoky look. You can do this one that is more like a gold green and a little more pastel-y. I don't know. You just have so many options with this, and that is what I like about it. So I feel very inspired when I open that up to do a green look. And then we also have at number 4 the BH Cosmetics Cotton Candy, and this is my favorite of them all because I love purples and pinks. So you can see you have purples and pinks here. So you have some dark shades, you have some lighter shades, you have pinks and purples. It's just an amazing quality of all of these. I think they did a great job with these palettes. Oh my god, we just have 3 palettes left, guys. At number 3, this is the palette I said to you when I want to go for a more colorful look, I grabbed this one. This is the Be Perfect Carnival 3 Love Tahiti Stacey Marie palette. Oh my god, it's such a long name. This is a big palette, but you can see you have all the colors here you need. So if you want to go for a colorful look, I often grab this one or the cake palette. I mean, you have so many options here, but it is a really good quality palette. So that's why I wanted to rank it really high, because it is so good. You don't have that much shimmer though, and you have some different formulas of shimmer. So you have a little more like, I would say like a drier formula, but not like super dry, but and then some creamy ones, and then some really flaky ones that you really need a glitter glue. So you have some different formulas here, but the mattes are really nice, and you have a lot of options. So I feel like that's good. At number 2, guys, I don't know if I ranked these like the wrong way. I don't know if this should be number 1, but I'm gonna put it as number 2 right now. Probably if you ask me in 2 weeks, I will have this as a number 1 or something. I don't know. You can just see this as number 1, number 2 are kind of the same spot. But this is the Beauty Bay Naked Tutorials palette. I love this palette. I realize I love it so much. I mean, look at this. You have some neutrals, you have some dark mattes, you have some light mattes, you have pop of everything here. And these shimmers, guys, these shimmers are crazy. They are this creamy formula. So if you don't like that, don't get this palette, because I think it is available still. This Pride color is everything. This is so freaking beautiful, and also this one is my favorite as well, this All In. It's just an amazing shade. I mean, it shifts in all these different glitter specks. I don't know, it's just amazing. So number 1, can you guess what it is? 2020 number 1 eyeshadow palette, BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. I have used this so much, and I said to you guys, blue's not my like thing, but obviously maybe it is. But these blues are more toned down, and I have used a lot of these grays and browns and these shimmers. I don't know, I just think this is such a beautiful palette. But as I said, these two are kind of like on the same spot here, because you can have more variety with this palette here than you can do with this. But I have used this so much, and I think it's a fun palette. I think it's a great palette. You know, the blues, the neutrals, the silvers, if you are going for more of these cool tone looks. And yeah, I just think this is a great quality palette. It's great shades here. I mean, it's not too big. This is perfect for me, actually. I like to have some options. I don't like when it's too small, but not too big either. So I just think this is the winner, guys. Oh my god, have you been here to the end? I don't know. But yeah, I really hope you have enjoyed this ranking all of my eyeshadow palettes 2020. It was a lot, guys. It was a lot, but I think I'm going to do like a declutter or something, because I realize now when I've shown you all of these palettes that I need to go through them and see what I'm going to keep. But anyways, guys, that's another video. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would be super happy. Click on the notification bell, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.